What's going on, everybody? We're back with a part 2 video of Nia Jax should be released from WWE. I think everybody could agree with me at this point that Nia Jax should be released from WWE. She makes a lot of botches, and to me, if you're gonna make a lot of botches in my company, you need to get more training. If you've been here for 10 or 20 years, at this point, I'm just gonna get rid of you. There's no way for 10 years you're just gonna keep botching. And I think at this point, Triple H is allowing Nia Jax to continue this bullshit, right? And I don't know why Vince McMahon at first allowed that crap. People talk about Triple H, but did you forget Vince McMahon was in charge and he kind of allowed that stuff? And the problem is, with this company, there's a lot of favoritism in this company, right? Triple H's favorite characters, like I said, let me break it down to you. Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Gunther, Jey Uso, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley. Nia Jax is Triple H's favorite. You feel me? And I understand Vince McMahon gave her an opportunity because she was The Rock's cousin. And, she might have made a few accidents here and there. And that's the thing about wrestling. Accidents happen. You got to protect the wrestlers. If you're not going to protect another wrestler, I don't trust you in my company. At this point, you're just messing up or you're not listening. You think you can go into business for yourself. And that's not how it goes. And that's messed up that Triple H is allowing this shit, right? And there should have been a whole lawsuit against Vince. I am so surprised. I'm really surprised at this point that Vince McMahon never got a lawsuit against him for allowing Nia Jax to continue injuring these women, right? And what did these women do? Oh, well, they're boring. Nia Jax the big girl. She's supposed to do it. That's her character. No, you're not supposed to come in and just injure a superstar because your character feels like you're big. You could just injure a person. Now, I understand Brock Lesnar did a Kimura lock on Triple H, but there was a storyline for SummerSlam, so it's understandable why he broke his arm. You feel me? Same with Mark Henry, but I don't know why he did it Mark Henry, because Mark Henry got his ass beat twice, and Mark Henry was in his last years of his WWE career and was a jobber. So, at the same time, Nia Jax is one of the worst wrestlers of all time. She's boring on the fucking mic. You feel me? She's a little funny here and there, but to me, she's still horrible. She's not interesting. She's not that great. Okay? She's not great like Becky Lynch or Liv Morgan. She's not great like Trish Stratus or Lydia. She's not good on that level. And those four women I just named, are really one of the greatest in our fucking industry. I don't care what nobody says. I just stand on that. You feel me? So here's the problem. With her injuring all these women superstars, do you think Nia Jax should have been fired or should have continued going on in her career, right? Let's start off with Charlotte Flair. Woo! So she grabs Nia Jax. No. With Charlotte Flair, right? She starts punching her in the face, right? Starts beating on her and shit, right? Like that right there, I will suspend you. I will suspend you right there. If you're just gonna punch the wrestler in the face and act like it's a street fight and continue and just go off, you're fucking fired. You're fired. There's no fucking explanation right there. Really, you're gonna be fired or suspended. So back in 2017, she grabs her, hits her on the chest, right? She does a little finisher, right? And Charlotte botches and hits her neck. She almost cracks her neck. You guys gotta watch it on YouTube, man. That shit was crazy. I was afraid she was gonna hurt herself. And luckily Charlotte Flair's still here with us. You feel me? So we fast forward to next year later. She grabs Selena Vega. She grabs a jobber, right? So Nia Jax grabs a jobber and slams her into Selena Vega. Hits her in the face, concuss her out, right? Why is she still here? Why is she still here? She should have been very, very careful, right? Because Selena Vega wasn't even fucking compete or even trained to wrestle that night. So Selena was knocked out, and luckily she's okay, right? We go to next year, right? We go to 2020. Nia Jax really, I keep bodging. Excuse me. We fast forward to 2020. She injures 3 superstars. At this point, there needs to be a lawsuit. What's going on here? There's supposed to be a whole lawsuit going on. At this point, this wouldn't be happening. Nia Jax would have been fired. She would have been fired if I gave her suspension and she continued doing this stuff. If she continued one time after suspension, she would have been fired. Gone. Tony Khan, you get her. Tony Khan, Jeff Jarrett, you go grab her to TNA. I don't care. Do something. You know what I'm saying? But she wouldn't be in my company. And if she wants to be upset and sue me because I fired her or whatever, it wouldn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, I wouldn't care because this is my company. You have to protect your wrestlers. You are not going to come here and get away with this shit. You're not going to do that. I personally feel like that WWE should have had a whole lawsuit a long time ago. But no, nothing happened, right? Because they're protected and they can get away and do whatever they want, right? And that's ridiculous, right? Nowadays. With this industry, you could just get away with whatever you want. And with her just being The Rock's cousin, she would have been gone. And her being The Rock's cousin, it just makes it ridiculous, right? They make it seem like the whole Samoan family is so fucking special. It's a whole royal family. Like, dude, Rocky Johnson was just a fucking jobber back then. He was just a tag team champion. Alpha and Sika were just fucking lunatic idiots who sounded stupid, were fat jobber losers, okay? But rest in peace to all the guys. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But I'm just keeping it real. Nobody gave a damn. They really looked at these guys like, dude, I don't know these guys. Where's Bruno Sammartino? Where's Buddy Rogers? You know what I'm saying? Now we go to Yokozuna. People like Yokozuna. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really give a fuck. They like Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying? Now we go to The Rock. The Rock made something. He's one of the charismatic superstars. He's funny. You know, the females love him. He's a good-looking guy. You know, and he's funny on the mic. And he can kick ass. You know, and he's got good movies. But at the same time, he's one of the worst. He's got one of the worst movies ever, pretty much. So, and here's the thing, right? Then we go to currently the Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Nia Jax. Really, these four were fucking losers when they started their careers. Nobody cared about these four. Okay? You know what I'm saying? They might have been special to some people, you know what I'm saying? But let's be honest. These guys, except for Roman, draw money. The Rock and Roman draw money. Nia Jax can't draw a dime for this company. Nia Jax can't draw shit. So she injures what? Kairi Sane hits her in the head on the steel steps, and she gets her stitches, right? And then eventually, good things happen for Kairi Sane. She ends up in a tag team with Io Sky and Asuka. Possibly could she be a future champion? I don't know, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Lana. She Samoa drops her to the table, right? Almost disables Lana. Almost puts her on a wheelchair. Almost disables her for the rest of her life. Can you imagine Lana in a wheelchair after that situation? Why are we continuing this shit? Mandy Rose. She throws her out the ring and injures her, right? Her arm gets injured. Why are we continuing this stuff? And throws her out the ring. You know what I'm saying? She does the same to Dana Brooke. Slams her on her fucking neck. Almost busting the back of her neck. You know what I'm saying? Shit right there would not be in my company. Like, really. If she did that once, she would be gone immediately. She'd be gone. Like, I don't give a damn. You're not going to continue that. If really, bro, you have to protect your superstars. You got to make sure things are clear or good. It's a fucking show. It's scripted. Like, I don't think Nia Jax understands. It's a show. It's scripted. It's not real. Okay? You feel me? And that's a problem, right? This Samoan family is not this fucking royal family. The most royal family, the special family, the greatest families of all time in WWE is the McMahon family. The McMahons. Vince McMahon made this company from scratch, era to era. Made all your favorite superstars. Hogan, Hart, Stone Cold, Rock, Cena, Roman Reigns, right? And Triple H has buried Roman Reigns because that's Vince McMahon's creations. Has buried Drew McIntyre. And Vince McMahon knew Drew McIntyre was the future, was the star. And Drew McIntyre could cut good promos. But you have Drew McIntyre in meaningless ass feuds, right? You feel me? We have to act like the Samoans is so fucking special. They're not. Stephanie McMahon is a better star than Nia Jax will ever be. Literally. Shane McMahon has better matches, has a fire move than the Usos ever had in their fucking career, right? But literally, Shane McMahon can put on a show. You know, him and Vince were really entertaining feuding with Austin, right? That's the royal family. Stephanie is fucking hilarious. Literally, the spoiled brat girl who will kick that ass, right? You feel me? And will lay the SmackDown. Come on. Way better than the Samoan family. And literally, without her being The Rock's cousin, she wouldn't be here. And that's the problem with this industry. Everybody loves to play favoritism. And that favoritism shit is really going to expose your company and expose you for who you really are. And that's somebody who doesn't know stars, doesn't know anything. I don't know what to say here. It just tells me you don't give a fuck. You're just pushing your favorite stars. Look at Jay Cargill, a fucking star. And that's the problem. They try to bury black talent. And the same thing that happened to Jay Cargill. I think Triple H, I don't know what he did. If he made the call or something. You know what I mean? I think Triple H just scripted made it happen, right? What, so Jay Cargill could win the Royal Rumble? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it that she's going to win the Royal Rumble after this situation. Because Nia Jax is Triple H's favorite. Triple H's favorite is not Bianca Belair or Jay Cargill. It's definitely Rhea Ripley. You know what I'm saying? Bianca isn't. Bianca is not Triple H's favorite. Well, she was women's champion, WrestleMania 39. She lost the damn title, right? She hasn't been in the picture ever since, and she's not going to be in the picture probably for a while, to be honest. So now Nia Jax is the face of the women's division. This is sickening. This is ridiculous. Somebody who injures all the women's superstars, right? Injured damn near half of the roster, and she's still here. That's the most sickest shit ever. That's sick. Now, boxing. You injure every boxing wrestler, right? Now imagine every boxer goes to the hospital and is in a coma for 3 months, right? And you have the fucking boxer still here. That's the equivalent of that. You feel me? This shouldn't be happening. It's not allowed. It's unacceptable. Jade Cargill is a future star, right? Really is great at what she does, right? But she's doing better in the ring. She needs to get better with her botches. She needs to get better with her botches. But at the same time, Nia Jax doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She has the worst botches in WWE history. Why is she still here? It's so retarded, right? That's like having the employee who doesn't show up, calls off every week. You give them all the hours. Would you give literally like 20 hours to the employees who show up every week to work, doesn't call off, has a good attendance record, right? But that employee doesn't do shit, you give them all the hours. That's the same shit you're doing to Nia Jax. You're going to award her the women's title after attacking Jade Cargill, right? And Jade Cargill, at this point, Jade Cargill should go to TNA. At this point, I don't think they're going to push Jade Cargill. They're not going to push Trick Williams. They're not going to push Open Family or Javon Evans. Javon Evans has to lose to Triple H's favorite Canadian boy, Sami Zayn. And Javon Evans could have took the U.S. title to NXT and maybe come back to SmackDown and lose him back to Sami Zayn. I don't care. But at least Javon Evans has something in his career. He became U.S. champion at 21. I don't know who won the U.S. title. Who was the youngest champion at 21? Let me know in the comments below. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, Triple H has his favorites. And nobody black is his favorite, if we're understanding here. Well, Cody Rhodes is Cuban and he black. Man, shut the fuck up. That Cody Raheem Rhodes shit is really stupid. Just because Dusty Rhodes went out with a Cuban woman doesn't mean Cody Rhodes is fucking black. You know what I'm saying? What, because that father's black? Come on, stop it. Or what, because his wife is black? Stop it, okay? Cody Rhodes is white. Okay? Stop it. Alright? My thing is this, right? How long is WWE going to continue with this? What? What are you going to do next? You're going to grab Rhea Ripley or Stephanie Foucault and injure her? What are you going to do with Stephanie Foucault? You're going to grab her and injure her next month? And Nia Jax going to win the title? And you're going to award her the title? Is that what you're going to do? Let me know something. I wouldn't be surprised if she grabs Stephanie Foucault or Rhea Ripley in the future and injure her and she's awarded the Women's World Champion. I wouldn't even be surprised. Seriously. I'm just glad she didn't injure Naomi. And without Naomi getting pregnant, I think she would have got fucking injured too. I'm thinking Nia Jax would have grabbed her or something and smashed her face instead of Jade Cargill. I really think that's what would have happened. So that's a blessing for Naomi because literally she's going to get buried just like Jade Cargill. It's ridiculous. Literally. How long are we going to continue with this? This shouldn't continue, right? If you're going to continue this, wrestlers are going to be disabled. The women are going to be in wheelchairs and they're not going to be the same for the rest of their lives. Liv Morgan, who's dealing with shoulder injuries. Luckily Nia Jax going to grab her little ass. She's like 5 foot. Liv Morgan's like 5 foot. She's like 100-some pounds. She's fucking short, a midget. No disrespect. I fuck with Liv Morgan. But literally, imagine her grabbing Liv Morgan and just disable her fucking shoulder. You just crack her shoulder like a chicken bone, like a dog biting that shit. It's just like a crack. You get what I'm saying? And she's disabled for the rest of her life. And now she's got to wear, I don't know where she's got to be, at a fucking wheelchair. Is that what you're going to do to these wrestlers? You're just going to have them disabled? You're going to keep killing them because Nia Jax is your favorite Triple H? And Triple H should have a lawsuit. At this point, if Triple H doesn't get a lawsuit, he should be fired. There needs to be some action being taken. Literally. She needs to stop botching. If you've been here for 10 years, it sucks. And of course, Nia Jax is going to run her mouth. She see this video, blah, blah, blah. You know how women, they talk their mouth out, think they know the game, and don't want to be told nothing, and think they don't want to be told the truth or told the game. No, bitch. You need to get your game on point. You need to step up. And if Nia Jax doesn't get it together, she's going to kill somebody. She's going to kill somebody. And that's the problem. Nobody's not understanding this. We're at the point where somebody's gonna get fucking killed. I'm not joking with you. At this point, Triple H needs a lawsuit. And I'm really, if I was in charge, this wouldn't be happening. Nia Jax would have been gone a long time ago. A long ass time ago. Because we're at this point right now. Like, you could have taken Jade Cargill and you could have really busted her face open. You could have killed her live on TV. You could have dislocated her face. You could have knocked her vision out, the vision of her brain. You could have took her forehead and knocked the lights out of her brain. And I don't think people understand that. But no, I'm just sitting here running my mouth and just yapping and trying to be like JD from New York or the hater or whatever. No, I'm just keeping it real, telling you what it is. Nia Jax should be released immediately. And in this industry and in wrestling, you need to protect the wrestlers. You have to protect them and be very careful. It's called scripting. They have training. That's why they have the Performance Center. That's why they have Tensai going out there training the young coming superstars. They have training fucking gyms. They have gyms for you wrestlers to get fucking better, get your shit on point. But no, Nia Jax wants to go into business for herself and acts like this is UFC or she could just kill a person. Now that right there, at this point, Nia Jax is just incriminating herself. Are you trying to commit a crime on TV screen? Are you trying to kill somebody? Like, I really think at times, is Nia Jax really trying to incriminate a crime on TV? Is she trying to kill somebody? Ain't nobody say nothing though. Nobody's gonna say nothing and tell you what it is. I really think she's trying to incriminate herself on TV. And really, that right there needs to be a lawsuit be taken action. If Nia Jax doesn't be careful and step her game up, there's gonna be a lot of consequences going on. WWE is gonna get exposed, and there's gonna be a lawsuit. I'm telling you right now. I can't make that happen, but I'm telling you right now. And Nia Jax need to get her game on point. This is my part 2 of this video. Nia Jax needs to get her game on point, or she should be released immediately.